So if this message is finding you or is rolling across your browse features, it has found you for a reason. I have no idea what this message is going to be about, but I'm really excited. This morning I channeled a message and it had so much pressure on it, and I just feel like I'm feeling very called to channel a message that has absolutely no pressure. So this message, if it found you, all you need to know is that it found you for a reason. And we are going to pull through some cards. I'm wearing these really cute shoes, but when I sit crisscross, they stab into me, so gotta put some down there. I am going to be using my Cosmos deck for this reading. I'm feeling so called to this deck. This deck just like brings me so much joy and happiness and like lights my heart up, and that's exactly what we need right now for this message. So just like a little bit of like a treat of joy is what I'm feeling. Okay. Just get some cards to begin. Okay, we'll start with these cards that have come out. Wow, super interesting. I feel like you're having, okay, so there's some kind of a calling that you're having right now. It's some kind of a calling. It's some kind of a calling to community or to a new place. The first two cards that have come out are the Five of Birds and the Seven of Trees, okay? And the Five of Birds to the Seven of Trees kind of like shows me that like right now you're in a place of like decision making, and you're kind of going back and forth on some sort of a connection or a transformation to a place that feels more full of community is what I'm getting. So there's definitely like constriction, and there's also like, I want to say battle. Like I'm really getting like battling energy, and it has to do with you going somewhere. Like I feel like this has to do with some sort of a calling that you have to go somewhere or to join something, or even this could be attending a retreat. It could be something that's connected to community, okay? So it could be going somewhere, it could be visiting a city, it could be moving to a city. It doesn't even have to be a city. It could be some specific type of community somewhere, but it could even be some kind of a retreat that you're like trying to decide whether or not you should do it. And what I'm really noticing is that the wind is blowing you in that direction, but you're battling yourself and you're feeling like there's something that's keeping you where you are right now. Okay, now what's interesting is the next cards that have come out is the Romantic, the Two of Birds, the Ten of Birds, and then the Three of Birds. So this energy, I feel like you're very, very in your head right now, to be completely honest. I feel like with the Romantic coming through, I'm getting this energy of like this is both a message and a person in your life. So there's some sort of like romantic connection that could be connected to this community, or there's some sort of romantic connection that's making you question what you should do, or it could be a message as well just to like romanticize this part of your life, even though you're moving through thoughts of like thoughts that are coming from all different directions inside of you. Now with the Two of Birds, the Ten of Birds, and the Three of Birds, you know, I feel like either this place, I actually really do feel like this is it. I feel like whatever this place is, or this community is, or whatever it is that's calling you, I feel like you've had experiences in the past that didn't turn out very well, and I think that they're making you unsure. Like I feel like if you should go here. Okay, so I really want to like focus on this energy because we have like all these cards and these are all very, very cold, but then we have like the one card that's warm, and the Romantic card is also warm, right? And the Two of Birds in this deck specifically like also has to do with like there's a guy in the back that's like having a really great time playing sound bowls. Sound bowls could be significant. You could have seen that video the other day. But then this other guy is carrying these little sound bowls, but they're broken, like, and he's dragging them across the court when he could be over enjoying himself. So again, there's like this energy and this message of like romanticizing your life and like not thinking about whatever this is in connection to whatever this calling is. I feel like something happened in the past where that calling maybe makes you feel a little anxious or a little confused, or maybe there's like a little bit of like you're being like brought full circle to re-experience a place or a type of energy or a type of community, and it's a little nerve-wracking is kind of the energy I'm getting, because it just didn't turn out well the first time around is what I'm getting. Oh, splitting the deck to the cosmic tree. You know, I feel like this is actually a message that I'm getting really strongly. And I do feel like this has to do with like places, which is really interesting. The cosmic tree makes me think of like all the different places and the connections that we have in the universe. I'm literally getting shown like spirals. I'm being told like, look at your astrocartography. But even more than your astrocartography, like there are certain places in your life that you will cycle back to several different times because you have lessons and upgrades to be had in those places is what I'm hearing, okay? So there's certain places that like you went and you will go to again. And I feel like this is kind of a connection to this message where like somewhere's calling you, and it's somewhere that you may have been before, and you have a fear of going back, but like there are upgrades waiting for you in this place. And your ancestors are also on your side asking you to come back home to this place. Not that it's going to be your home, but I'm hearing like come back home and reroute yourself in this place in a different way than you did the first time around. I also am hearing it's really important to remember that the different versions of you experience places differently. So whatever happened last time around, because I can feel that like whatever happened, it just like didn't turn out well. Whatever happened, like it just wasn't, it wasn't meant to be your only experience. I feel like this new version of you that you are right now is meant to have an entirely different experience. And you know, it's gonna be a much, much warmer, lighter, beautiful experience. It's gonna be a much more romantic experience as well, okay? Whether it's romance in partnership, or whether it's romance in, I'm getting devotion to art, because this is technically like a musician card, or I'm getting that it could be romance and just like romanticizing your life all together, okay? So I feel like there's definitely something that's like, I want to say like mentally you have something going on where there's like a, you know, it's like an invisible block. It's like a subconscious block that you have going on where you're a little bit afraid of going to this place. And it's funny because I don't feel like you like look at the place and say like, ah, no, like I don't really feel like you get that energy, but like there is a part of you that like worries about things turning out the way they did before. This could even, I'm hearing this message, this could even be financially. This could have been a place that you went to and financially it didn't work out for you. Like it put you in a weird position that like felt defeating. And you might have a fear of going back this time, but again, I just keep hearing this message that like the version of you that you are right now is meant to have a completely different experience this time around. Now, I'm gonna move out these other cards of like the past because I just feel like that's not what's meant to be anymore. We'll keep this one of like where you're moving from, but I'm gonna keep these other ones, so let's get some more messages. Whew. I never wear bras because they like hurt me. I've never been like a girl that wears bras, but like certain shirts you wear bras with, and it's just so funny to like adjust your body to different formats. That could be significant too. I mean, like adjusting yourself to the version of you that you would be in this place, right? In this new setting. Sorry, I keep like tilting my head. It's because my hair is getting in my face. I'll just do this. There we go. Two of trees. Okay, so the place that could be calling you could be some sort of a desert place, or it could be this, yeah, I'm getting some sort of a place. It doesn't have to be. That's not what exactly all that I'm feeling, because I'm being drawn to there's two little trees planted in this desert. So I'm just hearing that there are new seeds for you to sprout in this place. Let's see what else wants to come out. There are new seeds. I feel like there's each time that you go to these places, and this could even be like more than one place, like you could have callings to go to very specific places around the world, and it's going to take a few different times of you going to these places for you to truly understand the purpose behind these places for you. And I feel like each time you go, it's going to be a new like upgrade or a new transmission into your soul. I'm also hearing, for some reason I feel like this is significant. I'm going to talk about this. So a few years ago, and I don't really tell you guys stories about myself. You guys know this. This is some of the information that I'm putting in a book that I'm writing at some point. But like I feel like I'm still becoming to write that. So anyways, but this is like part of one of those stories. When I would say like 3-4 years ago, I got this extremely strong calling to move to San Diego. I didn't know why, I had no understanding, and I had nobody there. Like I was completely alone, and I was going all by myself away from the place that I consider home, which is where I live now. And back then I didn't think about coming back. Like I didn't think about like where I would be next. I just thought I was moving there indefinitely, because I was just like, I have this insanely strong calling. It's like, you can't miss what's meant for you. Like there was nothing that could stop me from going there. I was like, I need to go there. And the reason being was because there was actually like, I don't even know how to put this into words, but like that place has the craziest grid system of like, I want to say like tribal energy. I don't know how else to explain it. It was very tribal. But it was so wild, and I felt very, very called to just go there. So I ended up going there, and I didn't even have like friends or a place to stay, so I just stayed in Airbnbs for a few weeks until I found a place that I could rent for a couple of months, 3 months, whatever it was, before I ended up getting picked up and plucked and put somewhere else by the universe. But while I was there, it was so funny because right before that, I had really, really been struggling, right? I never talk about myself, you guys. You guys know this. So this is like a big deal for me. But I had really been struggling getting out of old habits and old mindsets that I had been in, because I had just been through like a huge transmission of, I had literally been like healing through myself and writing my first poetry book, which is a very triggering subject, so I'm not going to talk about that book. But I was going through that, and I actually had been using alcohol to self-medicate myself while I was processing a lot of those emotions. It wasn't very healthy for me. But I was at the point where I was ready to let that go, but I was like unable to let go of the habit. And I feel like this is like so crazy of a story, because like I to this day, I do not understand what happened to transform me overnight, literally. So like I moved to San Diego. I don't know how to explain this, but like within 1 week of being there, anytime I would take a sip of a drink that had alcohol in it, it would taste like acid. And I don't know how to explain it. Like it sounds absolutely wild, but it literally tasted like acid. And so like cold turkey, after moving there, I quit drinking completely. I could not have a single sip of alcohol the entire time that I was there, because it just tasted like acid. Like I do not know, like it tasted like really, really, really bad moonshine. Like so bad that I was like, I literally can't put this in my body. I cannot have this. And so I went cold turkey sober for 3 months, and I started doing hypnosis at that exact same time. I found one of my favorite hypnotherapists or teachers, or my friend. Her name is Iris. I talk about her sometimes, but that was like when I found her, at that exact same moment, and she had available hypnosises, which later, as you all know, I ended up doing my own hypnosis course. I never finished it, but that's why I have hypnosis on my account. So it all led to this like huge big story, but that pushed me into deep ancestral healing, because I went so sober and I started doing hypnotherapy. And I also started doing some of my, this is so crazy, I don't know why I'm telling stories today, I guess. I, at that exact same time, started taking a bunch of psychic courses and tarot courses, because I was so bored, because I had so much time on my hands because I wasn't drinking. And it was super crazy, because all of that, back then when that happened, I had no freaking clue that I was going to be where I am today. And I just feel like this message was meant to find you, and there's a reason that I'm telling this story, and I know you guys are going to resonate, and definitely let me know if you do down below. But like, I didn't know, like I had no clue. That was when I took my tarot course, my first, or like in my real tarot course. and I had no clue I was even going to be a tarot reader. Like, you guys know that I only started this channel 1 year ago, and like this was like 3-4 years ago or something. I had no clue, and I had no clue that I was even going to use my psychic abilities in any way other than like as like a little extra in my life, you know. Like, I did not know that this was the journey I was going to be on today. And so that time was so prominent, and I don't know how else to explain it other than like I got a calling to go to San Diego, and I moved to San Diego, and literally like overnight I started getting transmissions and like new upgrades to my vessel. Like, my vessel changed being in a different gridded system, and that's the only way I can explain it, because I just believe that like places hold, I'm getting full body chills right now, places hold crystalline grids to upgrade you. Like, I'm getting full body chills right now. And for me, that's what my calling was. But I'm getting to this point to basically tell you, like, so places have these systems already in place that you can't even see. This is what we can't see about places. And they upgrade your entire system. And so when you go somewhere, you might not even realize what all is happening. You just realize that you're suddenly going through, I want to say, like a tower moment, or like things feel brand new, or it feels like everything's like changing, like massive transformation, 1313 or 555s could be shown up, right? Like all these things where you're like, oh my god, is everything falling apart? But like really nothing's falling apart, it's all falling together. You're like, did I make a huge decision that's a mistake? But you didn't. Okay, so it's just, there are certain things and certain places that are calling you because there are certain upgrades that you personally are meant to receive. And that's why you have the inner callings that you have to go the places that you go. Anyways, coming back to this energy of this message, that's basically what I'm feeling, okay? It's like so strongly. And I feel like that story just like adds so much emphasis, because like the fact that I like did that and went there and had no clue what was happening to me, but that was a time when I started to get, I would deep in trance. I saw visions for my actual highest timelines for the first time in my life when I was there. Like timelines that I don't even tell anybody about. Like timelines that completely changed the path I was on, that gave me more purpose in my life, that gave me a reason to try harder to get away from other things that weren't serving me. And that all happened while I was in that gridded system. And even though it was like really hard, like that was a really hard time for me, because I was like, completely alone, and I was going through all of this ancestral, basically like unclaiming a lot of like the passed down energy that like I had been taught I was supposed to claim my whole life. I did all of that because I also was like going through a massive purge, okay? And that was like me getting to make choices and like fall into myself and my own line and my own purpose and ancestral journey, right? Like my own root system. And that's where I started it, within myself. And I just feel like you're being called somewhere right now where this is meant to happen for you. And maybe it doesn't have to happen to this extreme degree, okay? I feel like this could be someplace that you've already been before. But the one thing that I can tell you from this message is that there are codes, there are upgrades that are waiting for you in these places. So even if you only go for like a little bit of time, you're being called for a reason, so that you can receive new transmissions and new upgrades, okay? Whew, such an insane message. Angels, are there any last messages that want to come through here? The Elementalist. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like some of you are already very gifted, but I think that you're about to receive some new gifts in these places. Like literally the Two of Trees, the Elementalist, and then the Shapeshifter. I think that you're about to receive some new gifts. That's what I'm getting from the Elementalist, where especially like she's bending. Like you're about to receive some new gifts. Like this place is going to activate new gifts for you. And then with the Shapeshifter, I'm actually getting that there are versions of you that you don't even realize you're meant to become yet. There are versions of you that you are going to transform into because of this experience, whatever this is for you, whatever this calling is for you, I really feel like it's calling to a place, okay, or an experience. But there are versions of you that are going to be born from the energies and the upgrades that you receive and these new gifts that you receive as well. And these are versions of you that like you were literally always meant to be. We have life map here on the bottom, which like is just so good. Life map and the shapeshifter. Like, I just think that these are things that you've always, they've been written into your story, but like they're meant to be activated by certain places, activating different parts of you. Like new DNA upgrades is what I keep getting, okay? All right, angels, any last messages? I hope that this like makes sense and like really meant something to you, this message, because I feel it so strongly, and like even the way that like my whole body just like got chills, like that doesn't happen very often when I give readings. We all know this. And I just like really hope that like you guys can feel the power of this transmission for you, especially in this journey and whatever this calling is for you, okay? Tell me a little bit about this calling. Okay, they're not giving me too much, but I do feel community even more, and I feel like future, there's a lot about your future that is going to be born from this space, okay? And we also have the peacemaker, so I feel like this is like a massive, this, whatever this calling is for you, I know that I'm like, I can't put it into words because this is a collective message, but like whatever this calling is for you, it's gonna be a big deal. And it's going to be something that leads you to a more peaceful time in your life, even if it feels hard at first. So just remember that like even if it's something that like feels brand new and like feels like you're moving through different things while you're in this space, remember that you're receiving upgrades. This is something that's meant to be, and there are versions of you that are being born through this experience, okay? And remember to listen to that calling too, because I keep getting this like, it's gonna be much brighter than you foresee it happening. And I do feel like this is a place that like you have been before, but like I just feel like this time around it's going to feel like something else entirely, and it's going to birth like aspects of you, versions of you, parts of you, like especially with this shapeshifter card, like literally the things that are coming out of this card, there's a hand, there's like a snake, there's like a bird's head, there's a mask, there's like eyeballs, there's like certain codes that are coming out, there's like literally like horns coming out. Like I'm just getting like there are things that are like beyond this world that are going to be born through you while you're being activated by these new codes that you are meant to receive, okay? Whew. All right, that is going to be it for this message. I literally love you so much. And I hope that this message resonated and found you exactly when it was meant to, exactly when you were needing to hear it. And I will see you guys in the next message.